This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
I'm on my way now.
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. If you happen to be new around here, my name is Trevor and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit subscribe and click on the little bell to follow along on our now Caribbean adventures.
Yes, we are on the one Caribbean island that is divided by two nations. Welcome to Sint Maarten. So we are starting things off on the French side. We decided we should come to maybe what is one of the best viewpoints on the whole island. We're right in the town of Marigot, which is the main town here on the French side. And we came up to Fort Louis. Check out the view. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I knew it was going to be good, but all the way up I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. And you get to the top and you see this.
Oh, this place is absolutely over the top. You might also notice, guys, there are so many yachts here, so many boats. We knew coming in there was going to be a lot of boats, but we didn't quite expect this many. We are so excited. I'm sure you can probably tell. If you guys are excited, hit the like button because that's going to help get the video out there. Let's go check out this fort. So what's really neat about this fort, it's actually in ruins. So lately we've been checking out forts where you can kind of go on the inside and kind of get a glimpse of what it was like. There'd be, you know, lots of his kind of books and stories and photos on the place.
They're kind of more like museums, whereas here is just kind of some ruins. It doesn't cost anything to come up here, so it's great to come see the ruins and check out the view, obviously.
So you'll probably notice that there's lots of rocks you have to navigate here. There's no kind of paths, so it does make it a little bit challenging.
Yeah, I wore flip-flops today. Maybe sneakers would have been a little bit better, but I don't know. We'll get by.
Pro tip, maybe don't wear flip-flops.
So for those of you that are tuning in for the very first time, just a little background about us. We've actually been living in the Caribbean for quite a few months now in the Dominican Republic. And you guys might know that it can be a little bit difficult to island hop here in the Caribbean, but we did find a very, very affordable flight from Santo Domingo, which is the capital of the Dominican Republic, here to Sint Maarten. I think it was less than $100 per person, which is amazing. AirJet.
Yeah, I think you told me it was about $70.
Something like that. It was really, really well priced. So this is not sponsored, but for those of you in the Dominican Republic that want to go other places, AirJet seems really good. I hope they stick around.
Yeah, we really hope those guys stick around. And a lot of you guys also ask us, like, don't you ever get sick of summer, like this kind of perpetual summer? And what I mean by that is lately we haven't been seeing any seasons at all. We're just in summertime all the time here in the Caribbean. And yeah, if you're wondering, it doesn't get old.
So one reason you might know this island is the airport is very, very famous. One of the most photographed because there is a little beach at the very end where you can take a photo with airplanes literally going right over your head. Of course, we'll head there later in the video, so stay tuned for that. I think in a second we're probably going to head down to the town of Marigot. I already said this is the French side. The other side of the island is actually Dutch, and the main town there is called Philipsburg. If you're coming by a cruise ship, if you're watching this because you happen to be on a cruise and this is one of your stops, we'll be landing in Philipsburg and going from there.
We just made our way down to the town here, and there's lots of patios and places to eat. I'm really digging the vibe here. We seem to be in kind of like a little outdoor market, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, there seems to be kind of a main square down by the water, and they have a market. I'm assuming this is an everyday thing, but maybe we just happened to catch it. Of course, keep in mind this is our very first day here, so we're kind of discovering things along with you guys.
We're trying to figure out the vibe. Remember, there's like two different sides. We have the French and the Dutch side, and before we even got here, people said some things, told us about the vibe on each side.
Yeah, so a lot of people that we talk to seem to prefer the French side. That's probably just a personal preference thing. A lot of people say it's a little quieter, a little more chill, and more French over here. Obviously, that sounds very obvious, but just a little bit more maybe upscale. Whereas the other side we've heard is a bit more like casinos and parties and shopping, a little more lively.
Yeah, well, we're gonna find out as we go on in the video, but I wonder if more Americans and Canadians hang out on the other side. We'll see.
It's definitely super interesting how this island turned out to be half French, half Dutch. I'd love to know a little bit of a history of how that kind of came to be. Like, who was here first? Why did it end up that way? Was anybody else, like, were the Spanish here? Were the English ever here? I'm sure I could look it up, but I'm sure someone will also leave some comments about that. But some interesting facts just about sort of a history thing, but also it's the oldest official open border in the world, and it's the smallest landmass shared by two nations. So very interesting.
One thing we were also saying we find interesting, obviously it's two different countries, but
are we in a new country?
Yeah, like on Google Maps and some other internet websites, it says Sint Maarten's a country.
And in other places it's just like part of France or part of the Netherlands. So are we in a new country? Can we add this to our list of new countries? Let us know.
We're just making our way through the market here. Look how tight some of the places gets. Ooh, there's lots of things. So there's a shirt, Sint Maarten, if someone wants it.
Yeah, so there's lots of like trinkety, touristy kind of things here. Kind of some of it's all the same, but then you find some that are very, very interesting, like locally made art and jewelry. So definitely worth coming if you want some souvenirs.
Before we get any further in the video, we just wanted to say thanks to our longtime partner Squarespace for being a sponsor once again.
We of course use Squarespace to design our clients' websites and our very own website, but did you know that you can design your own website on Squarespace?
Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that helps you stand out and succeed online. You can easily build your very own website using the super customizable templates. You'll build your website using Fluid Engine, a next-generation website design system from Squarespace which allows you to customize every design detail with reimagined drag-and-drop technology for desktop or mobile. Fluid Engine is built in and ready to go on any new Squarespace site.
Every template design supports all major content types, including pages, galleries, blogs, commerce, calendars, and so much more.
Are you ready to build your own website? Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/delightfultravelers for 10% off your first domain or website.
And as usual, a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video and supporting creators like us. We have just stopped into a French bakery and it smells absolutely amazing in here. Given that we are in fact in the French Caribbean, there are loads and loads of bakeries and patisseries here in this town. We went for a pain au chocolat and it has almonds on top, and there's also some like powdered sugar. It looks amazing.
This thing looks so gluttonous. It's a great excuse to try desserts like this while we're here, because as you guys know that watch us from week to week, we don't eat this kind of thing very often, but you guys, you didn't smell the inside of that place. It smelled awesome. Let's go for it. Oh yeah. Well, this has all the goodies wrapped up into one neat little pastry. So as you can imagine, it's a little bit flaky. I mean, it almost has like a croissant texture. There's some delicious chocolate inside. There's icing sugar on the top, and there's even shaved almonds. Yeah, you heard that right. So if you're gonna come here to this island, make sure you get one of these.
This thing is so good. I don't know why I don't eat pastries more often. Probably just because, you know, they're full of calories, but it's so delicious and worth it here and there. Once in a while is a very special treat. But while we're talking about food, let's talk about food on this island. I actually had read that this is considered one of the culinary capitals of the Caribbean. I don't know if it's just Sint Maarten that considers themselves the culinary capital, or if they are, in general, considered one of them.
This wouldn't be the first time a country ever proclaimed they have the best food in the world.
Oh yeah, but this was just the Caribbean. But yeah, I think there is some really great restaurants here. Obviously here on the French side, there are a lot of great French restaurants. French food is considered absolutely wonderful. I've noticed a lot of Italian places around as well, some like fresh pastas, pizza. I think on the other side there's just an abundance of different types of restaurants, but you're also gonna find local food as well. I think we'll probably won't do that in today's video, but likely in an upcoming video, because I think they have like some curry, some barbecue. There's some local favorites that we've probably never tried in other places, so I'm excited for that. So you have to wait maybe for another video for that one.
Well, now we are over at Maho Beach, and there is a lot of people here. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at the color of the water here. Now, there's a reason there's so many people here.
Yeah, this is the beach we talked about before. Now, arguably, this is the most photographed airport behind us because of this beach. The airplanes literally fly overhead. This beach is packed with people ready for planes to arrive.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. You can probably see the fence and cars going right behind me here. The fence back there is just the airport, and I think there might be a plane coming. I don't know what kind it is. I'm gonna stand up and try to give you guys a better view at this. So, yeah, it's coming right there. I don't think it's a big one though. Let's see. All the anticipation, like everybody has their phones out. Take a look. There we go. Whoa! That wasn't a very big one.
Something to be aware of if you're coming here, we have had so many issues with cell service. So lately when we've been traveling, we've been buying eSIMs wherever we go. We've in general had really good luck with it, so if you haven't used them, generally they're really good. Here, not so much. I don't know how much it costs to go into a store and get a SIM, but maybe we should have tried that. But eSIM, Trevor has like an international, or like
doesn't work very well.
An international one that's supposed to work in 120 different countries. It comes and goes, but only supposedly works on the French side. Doesn't work now.
Wait, another plane, small one though. Look at this. Wow, crazy. Yeah, I think the thing is though, we should probably say, I wonder if it's mainly like Canadians in this case, because Americans, a lot of them have plans that work.
But if you do have a plan that works in the US and is supposed to work internationally, just know that it might be spotty, because that's probably what we technically have right now. I also tried to buy an eSIM specifically for Sint Maarten, and it's not working at all. It wouldn't even activate.
If you're French or if you're Dutch, you probably have nothing to worry about because it's just going to work.
I would assume.
I would think it's going to work if you're coming from France.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
We're actually going to try to capture the next one on Instagram. So if you're not following us on Instagram, make sure to do that, because you'll see this before the YouTube videos. But here's another plane coming in now. Again, no idea how this is going to be. Anna Sarah, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, you're going to get on Instagram. Oh, this is a big guy, I think. Uh-oh. Here we go. Holy God.
I wasn't filming.
She forgot to film it on Instagram.
No, I did it opposite. I did a backwards film. Oh man.
Well, either way, that was really cool. Either way, go follow us on Instagram. This beach
where you won't see a story about a plane going overhead.
You won't see the story. Anyway, if this beach is not quite your style because it's packed with people and the waves are crazy, we have an idea for you. There's another beautiful beach close by.
So we came just around the corner to another beach. It's called Mullet Bay Beach, and funny enough, a couple of locals highly recommended this one. Being around the corner, I thought, okay, it's probably going to be wavy as well, but so many people recommended it that I thought maybe it won't be, but nope, definitely some big old waves happening here as well. It's a beautiful beach though.
It's gorgeous. I don't know if maybe the ocean's a little rough today, but that's some crazy water and seaweed around as well.
Yeah, there's a little bit of seaweed just in some patches here and there, and I see it in the water as well.
So we just stopped and talked to a local for a second. Well, I think they were a local. If not, they've definitely been here many times. They said this beach actually is normally calm. It's just been wavy today. Yesterday, I guess it was flat, but it's so wavy that I'm not even going in there. Everyone's getting taken out, but we're just gonna walk down the other side and see if it's a little calmer. It looks slightly more sheltered, but now that we get closer, I don't know. We're starting to come across some bougie looking places. To my surprise, there's not a lot of restaurants here. There's definitely umbrellas. I don't know the price of those. We could ask, I suppose, but it's a public beach, so we're just sitting on our towel right now. It's still really nice. It's just the water was better. We planned on going in the water.
And there is definitely a lot of empty space that you can bring your own towel or bring your own chairs and an umbrella, which is nice. That's something I really like about the Caribbean as opposed to in Europe. Like around the Mediterranean, sometimes they just put so many chairs on the beach that there's nowhere to set yourself up, and there's loads of people. The Caribbean's nice and spread out and lots of space for everybody. Yeah,
we mentioned the vibe earlier in the video, and what we mean by that is like the vibe on the French side versus the Dutch side here. And some people that we met at some restaurants on the French side said, oh, it's totally different over here. It's a bit more of a party vibe. Now we're just out midday. Based on kind of the airport beach we were just at, and just driving around and just even being here, there was some live music when we got here, which was great, but hearing a lot of like American accents, which is what maybe I thought would be the case.
Yeah, so my guess is that the Dutch side a little bit more touristy, a little bit more Americanized, and then you get over to the French side and it just feels a lot more French.
Yeah, it feels a lot more French, like upscale,
laid back,
bougie, eclectic. I guess this is day one though for us, so we might be way off. If we're way off, leave a comment below.
And of course, watch our next few videos, because we will film at least one more, if not two more videos here, and hopefully by the end of it we'll have a better feel for and better thoughts about what we think about this place.
Yeah, it still does though feel pretty good. We were just saying, like, no one behind us this way on the beach, and here if I go this way, see if I can get it. Yeah, not many people that way. I think they're setting up for a wedding here, so you could just come right down here, plop your butt in some nice white sand and enjoy the view, at least today, but hopefully normally we go in the water. All right, it's time to leave the beach, and we hopped in our car because you're going to need a car when you're on this island to get around. It's actually pretty fun to drive around, but the thing is, you can't really walk anywhere, can you?
You can't. I feel like every time we come to a new Caribbean island, we're always like, no, let's just not rent a car. But then we get here and realize like that's just impossible. You really need a car. There is a little bit of public transit here, but I don't think there is in the area we're in, and it's not very reliable.
And because of all the cars, there's a lot of traffic, so that is kind of surprising. interesting. I mean, maybe people know that coming here beforehand, but we're a little shocked. It takes a while to get around sometimes, like rush hour times.
And we've definitely noticed a lot more traffic seems to be heading in the direction of the Dutch side.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Definitely. Do you remember the price of this little car? I'll walk over here so you can see it.
I want to say it was around 50 to 55 euros per day, something like that.
It's just like a little, what is it? A Chevy Premier. So it's like a little Kia Picanto type car. It does the trick.
It's fine, yeah. It's a great little car to just like bump around the island on, get to the beaches.
I know. Well, the reason we did hop in the car is because we are now going to take you to where we're staying, which is quite the place. The name of the complex is Nettle Bay
Beach Club?
Nettle Bay Beach Club. And yeah, the grounds here are pretty beautiful. There's a lot of these kind of houses in the background. We're staying in the top of one of these, but there's a giant complex like this. It's pretty neat. So yeah, this is our place, and what we'll do is we'll take you guys in there after we show you the outside. We're staying at the top portion of this house.
Yeah, we're just up there, but we'll take you there first. But we actually haven't been front, back, however you want to call this, the other side. We actually have a view of this. There's some cool fun on this side.
So as you can see, there's a pool here, and these places are so unique. Look at these things. They are right on the beach, and speaking of a beach, we did not realize there's a little tiny beach here. You can see some, there's kids back in the distance playing and screaming. They're having a lot of fun. But if you look this way, yeah, look at this view. It's really calm over here. So that's the thing, no waves at all. There's a bit of seaweed around, but of course you're gonna see some yachts off in the distance, as well as some beautiful mountains. Like, just look at the landscape of this island. Yeah, it's stunning.
Welcome to our humble abode. We've come inside. This place is super adorable. It is a little studio. It's nothing big, but it's really, really cute. Got a king size bed, very comfy. Of course, some AC right above it, so we stayed nice and cool last night. Got a TV over on one side, and this is pretty cool. Like, they have like this like table-y bar setup that looks right outside to that amazing view.
So just behind me you have a fridge, there's a microwave, and a little kind of dresser that you can put your clothes in. Speaking of putting your clothes in places, there's a closet right here, which is actually quite spacious. Now, if we go this way, we will head into the bathroom. We'll see if I can take you guys into the bathroom with me. Yeah, so this is gonna do the trick. Vanity, you have a walk-in shower, of course the toilet's right behind me, and the mirror's to the side. So that's kind of odd, but still does the trick.
There's actually a door here, and that leads to stairs that go downstairs. So I think the point is that you could rent out both units at the same time. I think there are people down there renting the downstairs. It must be big, because we noticed there's like a family down there, so maybe it's a 2-bedroom.
Only thing though is if they're loud, you can hear it up here through the hall.
Yeah,
Luckily,
I can hear them a little bit, but they weren't too bad at all. So.
But there's more to see.
Yeah, the best part is actually through this door. Welcome to our outside patio area. I love this. So there's actually over here a little kitchen space. So you kind of have like the fridge and the microwave on the inside. Here you have your sink, but they also have like dishes. They have a little cooktop that you can plug in if you wanted to cook anything out here. You also have a table if you want to have a meal.
Yeah, this looks so good on the camera.
It is amazing. They've got like this hanging hammock chair. This right here, I love this. This whole thing is amazing.
I know. This is why you come here. I mean, there's the pool. So we just walked right down there, and you can see all these other kind of little kind of beach homes and coconut trees, palm trees. It's got everything.
I know, I love it. The only thing it does not have is good internet, which is something we rely on. It's so funny. Before the pandemic, we used to have, I guess maybe we were traveling in Asia or I don't know, different parts of the world, and we always seem to have bad internet. But since then, it's like everybody upgraded their internet all of a sudden, and I kind of stopped forgetting that it's an issue everywhere. I used to literally email AirBNB hosts before I even booked anything to ask them about their internet speeds, make sure everything's okay, and I stopped doing it because we just never had a problem. Here we actually talked to the people that own it, and they said there's no fiber in this area yet. They're supposed to get it really soon. Maybe by the time if you're thinking about booking this, maybe they already have it already, but right now it's a struggle for two people that work for themselves and need internet.
Just real quick on the internet, we only bring that up because we work for ourselves, so it's really important to us to have good internet to be able to put up these videos every week, and we have a web design company, so we're not retired. I realize a lot of you watching don't care that much about the internet, slow island-paced life. So now you know. If you're a digital nomad, though, we did find that in the main town, the internet was quite a bit faster, right?
Yeah, we had very, very good speeds there at like a random coffee shop that we went to. So they must have fiber up there, and maybe they just haven't got it up to this area of the island yet. So just be aware of that right now. Hopefully that'll change really soon.
Yeah, so you're probably wondering, what does it cost to stay at this place? So in our little studio with this patio, we're paying about $135 US per night, and we're right on this little beach. Now we can't walk anywhere. I wouldn't say that. So that's
a few
the
little
trade-off.
restaurants around, but you need to have some sort of vehicle to get around here,
Absolutely.
unless you really just wanted to come and stay here and do nothing the whole time.
Yeah, so I still think it's worth it for the price. It's quiet where we're at. We're not big partiers, and we like that, and we love that we're right by this little beach. And across the street from us, there's like little cafes. Well, just like one or two. So that's about it. But it kind of has everything we need, that's for sure.
Yeah, but let's wrap up our first impressions. What do you think right away about Sint Maarten?
It's such a mixture, so much to take in. I mean, take in the French side, take in the Dutch side, take in all the Americans and Canadians here. There's so many cultures.
Yeah, actually, was reading about this island, and it's like one of the biggest mix of cultures in the whole Caribbean, just because there's so many different types.
Yeah, it makes
There's
sense.
been people from all over the world that live here.
It gets me it gets me really excited to see more of the island, and if you're wondering, there will be more videos coming up from here.
Yeah.
We're hoping to have one or two more. We're still trying to figure that part out. There's so much more to see. We're gonna find some more beaches. We're gonna eat some good food. I didn't realize how much good food is here, so we're excited for that. But I think at this point in the day, we're gonna try to relax a bit. We did a lot today. If you happen to be new, it's Trevor and Anna, Delightful Travelers. Hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment. All that stuff. There's lots coming up. If you're not new, thank you for coming back every week. It means the world to us. Don't think that's lost on us. We love that you guys come here, and we love reading the comments, and we recognize so many of the names.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Sint Maarten, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.